Hey, good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I am Omar. I am back with another video. As you can see, you can look on the title of the video. It is titled A Different Mentality. Yeah, we're going to go into different kinds of mentality today. So I got three different kinds of mentality that I want to get into. I'm going to go into the loser's mentality. That's number one. Then I'm going to go into settling for less mentality. Okay? And then last but not least, I'm going for the creating your best life kind of mentality. One thing I've noticed, or one thing I've learned, is that you got to have a different kind of mentality nowadays. Otherwise, the world is going to eat you alive. The world is going to eat you up and spit you up out here if you don't have the right kind of mentality. And with these three different kinds of mentality that I'm about to discuss, these are some things that I have observed. These are some things that I have seen. So by the time I'm done going through these three different kinds of mentality, then you as a listener will be able to put yourself in one of those three categories. Okay, so we're going to go into the first one, the loser's mentality. People who have a losing mentality. These are the people who think the world owes them something. Y'all come across people like that? They think the world owes them something. One thing that really grates my nerves is that you have a group of people who just sit up there and just murmur and complain about the way things are going in their life. Murmur and complain about the way things are going in government. They're murmuring and complaining about things that are going on at their job. They're always murmuring and complaining, but they're not doing anything about it. They're not creating any kind of solution to be able to take care of that problem. So don't you think of people who are going to get sick and tired of you always murmuring and complaining? That's why I know that the president that we have in office right now is not a popular president. I know that. And there are a lot of people complaining about our president that's in office. But you know what the problem is? Is that for those who are actually complaining about who's in office, majority of them didn't even take the time to go out and vote. So you have no room to talk at all. These are the kind of people I'm talking about, the loser's mentality. Okay, and another thing I want to get into as well is that that's why parents, you gotta raise your sons and daughters to be leaders. Because we got way too many people out here that are so quick and so easy to give in to peer pressure. People give in to peer pressure way too much. It's almost to the point where they would rather listen to some dumb advice that one of their friends had told them rather than listen to some actual good game. To rather listen to somebody who's a little bit more older than them, a little bit more wiser than them, who actually knows what they're talking about. We got way too many people with this loser's mentality that are so quick to jump up and listen to some stupid advice that somebody gives them. That's why when they have a knucklehead moment and they get into trouble, you be looking at them like, what in the world was you thinking? These are the kind of people I'm talking about. The people that just sit there and just talk all day. You talk about how this person is living life, how much money this person has, and how successful they are, but you don't have no money of your own. You're not accomplishing anything of your own, but you are so quick to talk about somebody else and what they're accomplished. A loser's mentality. We got to get off that. Now, the next mentality is those who are comfortable with settling for less. Look, stay with me. Comfortable for settling for less. Now these people, for the most part, they're doing okay. And you've met people like this before. They do just enough to get by in school. They're willing to settle for that 2.0, that 2.5 GPA average. They do just enough to get by at work. These people, when it comes in their relationships, the person that they chose to be in a relationship with is less than desirable. They know that. Deep down, they know that. But at the same time, the reason why they are with that person who's less than desirable is because they feel like they ran out of options, or they don't want to upgrade themselves to get somebody better. This is the settling for less mentality. Also, these are the same kind of people who are stuck in a comfort zone. Well, way too many of us are stuck in our comfort zone. That's why we can't accomplish anything. It's a lot of y'all rather be comfortable being in pain, being miserable, than to try to upgrade yourselves. We need to get off that. We got to stop that. Way too many of us are comfortable being in pain, being miserable, struggling all the time, rather than rolling up our sleeves and putting some work in order to create a better situation for ourselves and our families. Y'all know people like that? Those who settling for less. They know they can do better, and they're doing okay. They're doing okay. They know they can do better, but they're comfortable at where they're at. Those are the people I'm talking about. Last but not least, these people are the create your best life mentality. They have that kind of mentality. And you know who these type of people are. It's one thing to try to compete with other people, try to make yourself more competitive, right? These people that's creating the best life for themselves mentality, they're beyond competing. They're trying to crush you. I want y'all to stay with me. They're trying to crush you. Why do you think the Asian community is so far ahead when it comes to education and technology? Well, why do you think that? It's one thing, especially for a lot of us in the minority community. We've grown up in families where the two generations before you probably dropped out of high school, didn't graduate high school. So the fact that you got a high school diploma is a big deal, is a big accomplishment in itself. But these folks up here in the Asian community, mother and father has a PhD. So even a bachelor's degree, it's almost like we expect you to get this. We expect you to do more. They got a certain level of expectation that they set for their kids. We want you to be the best of the best. We don't want you to be average. These are the people, they're the opposite of the settling for less mentality, because they're not stuck in their comfort zone. They're traveling a road less traveled. They're attacking new obstacles. They're going through new obstacles in order to get their goals. They would rather go through the pain of trying to attack a new obstacle and a new goal than to settle for less. They're not just talking the talk out there. They are walking the walk. Do y'all see the difference here? They're walking the walk. So those are the three mentalities that are out there. You got the loser's mentality, and it's too many of us that has that kind of mentality. That's why you're stuck in that position that you are now. You got the comfortable with settling for less, You're doing okay. You know you can do better, but you choose not to because you're comfortable where you at. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to take calculated risk. Then you got those who are creating the best life. They killing it in everything, whether it's sports, whether it's career, any kind of leadership role. They killing it in everything. What kind of mentality that you have? That's the video for today. Peace.